It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're live.
Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Whatever it is, it's all good because you guys are here with us and we're here with you on the Sunday edition of Polkas After Dark, seen and heard on our broadcast link.
With a C.
.com, also on Facebook as well as YouTube, that's right. Hey, welcome everybody. Today we are going to be talking live with Ray Barsukiewicz in the Buffalo area, and he is a musician extraordinaire, plays a whole bunch of different instruments, and we're going to be talking live with him at just about 5:30 or so this afternoon. But let's get some music coming up right now. Here's one featuring Ray on the vocal with the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars. Here's one called Irinka's Polka.
We want to thank Troy Govlock for helping us out with some of the translations on this one. This is a song that's going to be making it to the brand new CD. Remember, the CD's called Polka's Sunny Side Up. Here's one entitled Irene's Polka.
Serce warto było, tak jak zegarek. Przyjechałem do ciebie, Irenko. Powiedzcie mi, Irenko, powiedz mi, dziewczę, czy ty jeszcze moja tu przyjechał? Kupiłem ci pierścioneczek, złoty Irenko, i na zawsze będę ciebie kochał.
That's one called the Irene's Polka. That's featured off of their live recording. Who is that? That's the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars. And that, of course, is off of the Polkas Sunny Side Up. That was recorded live in Phoenix, Arizona. As you heard Mr. Greg Schwoidok mention that just briefly when we first started that song. Hey, once again, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Sunday afternoon edition of Polkas After Dark. Hey, just a reminder, next weekend we will not be here live. We will actually be visiting, but we do want to let you guys know that we're going to pop in every once in a while just to let you guys know that everything is going well on Polkas After Dark. Hey, once again, we're going to be talking live with Mr. Ray Barsukiewicz in just a little while. Hey, let's bring up a song right now that he recorded with Jerry Darlak and the Touch, and here's one called Too Many Lies Polka.
Too many lies have crossed your lips, dear. Too many men have known your charm. So many times, dear, and still I want you in my arms. While you're out late, drinking and dancing, I sit at home, a lonely fool. When you return, I'll be here waiting for your love, a love so cruel. Ciągle łamiesz, a wobec ty pokocham cię. Gdy ty popijasz i się zabawiasz, ja siedzę w domu samotny. Jak wrócisz do mnie, ja będę czekał na twoją miłość zagubiony.
Coming this October to Polkas After Dark, a series titled A Walk Through Polka Heaven. This multi-part series features music from loved ones no longer with us. Their music will live on forever in our hearts and over the airwaves. You'll hear stories from family members and musicians who performed alongside them. A Walk Through Polka Heaven. Watch it only on Polkas After Dark.
Hey, we're going to take you way back with this one, kids. Here's one titled DJ's Polka. Here's the Mix and Match Band.
Let's have a cheer for our local polka DJs. They're the folks who keep our records spinning round. From Chicago to PA, through New York up Boston way, they play that happy, snappy polka sound. Here's to the people who put polkas on the airwaves. Let's join together and salute them with this song. Lift your glass and drink a toast to those polka program hosts. the folks who keep our music going strong. Throughout the land 1,000 polka bands are playing, as 1,000,000 polka fans dance to their beat. Chances are those fans are there 'cause some DJ on the air advertises where the polka people meet. So let's hear it for the bands that make the music. Let's dance and sing and party while they play. But the real credit goes to the folks on those great shows, the soul of polka music, the DJs.
Wow, what do you call a blast from the past? That's Mix and Match, and that is a song I believe written by Mr. Ray Barsukiewicz. It is one called the DJ's Polka.
I've never heard that one.
I never did. Well,
pretty cool.
I did, but it's been many, many years because that was recorded on vinyl, and we don't have a record
I didn't hear
player
any
here.
bacon.
No. Oddly enough, that's really kind of strange. It's pretty decent quality. Hey, we've got let's see, it is 12 minutes past 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Polkas After Dark. We're going to bring up a different style of music right now. Here is one by Mr. Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones. We're going to send this one out to Tommy Hoke. I'm sure that he's watching on YouTube, but he was having some issues with his cell phone, I should say. And so here's one for you, Tommy. Here's one called Every Second Polka. Hey, we want to say hello to a whole bunch of folks here that are tuned in this afternoon. Michelle Szymanski, it looks like George Szymanski, Larry and Patty Birdsey are tuned in, also Barbara Rose, and a whole lot more.
Listen, dear, I think it's clear we need to sit and talk. It seems you have this notion I've been having second thoughts. Well, I must confess, in a way, I guess that silly notion's through. 'Cause every second you're not here with me, I think of you. Every second, every minute, every hour of every day. Every second there's a thought of you that comes my way. If you ask if I've had second thoughts, I guess I'd have to say every second, every minute, every hour of every day. We drink a toast and turn the lights down low. Put our favorite music on and hold each other close. Don't worry, dear, you'll always be here in my heart to stay. Every second, every minute, every hour of every day. Every second, every minute, every hour of every day. Every second there's a thought of you that comes my way. If you ask if I've had second thoughts, I guess I'd have to say every second, every minute, every hour of every day. Every second, every minute, I love you more and more each day.
Hey, Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones, entertaining you with every second polka right here on Polkas After Dark. Our broadcast link.
With a C.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have your...
With a C.
There you go. Your voices get higher and higher. Yeah, they're going to be hiring you at Disney sometime soon here. Hey, oh, don't do that. For Karen, Bayak, and Tom, they joined us. Hello there. Also, JP and Karen, wherever you guys may be. Hey, chime in and let us know where you guys are living right now, because I can't keep track. I think it's Tennessee, but I'm not sure. And let's see, Sophie Irene is here. It looks like Fran Rosanna. We've got a nice crowd here. Rick Beekler is tuned in from Wisconsin. Terry Koshera, thank you for tuning us in. Ray Bajuik Jr. Raymond is here. Liz and Rick Awanchek are here. Thank you guys all the way up in Canada. I believe they're in Canada. You know, they gallivant so much lately anymore. It's hard to put a GPS on them and find out where they're at. Let's see, Christine and Amanda Halchek, thank you guys. Also, Bill Talik. Bill is here. Jan Dressler, we're going to say hello to her. Mr. Mark Swoger, Musical Mark. And, hey, and also Sue is joining us. Sue Birdsey, well, welcome, Sue. Long time no see, long time no talk to. We are anxious to get a chance to say hi to you at some point, and we will definitely do that. We'll make a phone call to you. Maybe over the next week or so. Jera, who else do you have there?
We have Annie Bossarelli with us. Chris Stansky, Donna Zelinsky with Teresa and Sarah. Ivan Mayers is having some barbecue hamburgers right now as he's listening in.
What?
Jan Dressler is over here as well, and Ray Barsukiewicz is joining us on our broadcast link. And in our chat room over on YouTube, we have Bobby and Jeannie Calvert and Don Kozak.
Don and Marina Kozak. We got a chance to chat with Don this afternoon.
We did while we were putting our cabinet together.
Yeah, it's still not completely put
done.
Together, Don. Yeah, that's and it's
no
an
fault.
IKEA. It's no
cabinet.
fault of you. It's trying to read the instructions and then turn this around, and L has to match J, and don't forget the I screws and everything. It's just forget it. I told Jerry, I says, next time we're just going to hire somebody to put this thing together and put it in the kitchen.
They're not that bad, but they do take a little while to do.
They sure do.
We also have Pat Buchek over there.
Hey, Pat. Well, welcome to you. Hey, we're going to play a song now by the Polkas. Boy, we're digging way, way back here. The Polkas was a band, I believe, that Ray Barsukiewicz started back in the 1970s. And here's one called Oh, Lonesome Me.
Everybody's going out and having fun. I'm just a fool for staying home and having none. I can't get over how she set me free. Oh, lonesome me. Bad mistake I'm making by just hanging around. I know that I should have some fun and paint the town. A lovesick fool that's blind and just can't see. I bet she's not like me. She's out and fancy free, flirting with the boys with all her charm. But I still love her so, and brother, don't you know, I welcome her right back here in my arms. There must be some way I can lose these lonesome blues. Forget about the past and find somebody new. I tried most everything from A to Z. Me. I bet she's not like me. She's out and free, flirting with the boys with all her charm. loving from A to Z. Oh, lonesome me.
Once again, an oldie but a goodie. That's the Polkas, and we're going to be talking live in just about 9 minutes or so with Mr. Ray Barsukiewicz right here on Polkas After Dark. Hey, before we do that, let's bring up a beat song. Here's Sebastian with one called Poor Girl Polka. Hey, this is off of the, award-winning CD, but actually they won for the other song, but this one's off of The Reason. Here's one called Poor Girl.
Na kogo tylko czekasz, na kogo powiedz droga. Nie powiem Jasieńku, nie powiem Jasieńku, nie powiem Jasieńku, komu podam. Nie powiem Jasieńku, nie powiem Jasieńku, nie powiem Jasieńku, komu podam. Mój tatuś mi otworzy i dużo nam pomoże. I ślubną sukienkę, i ślubną sukienkę, i ślubną sukienkę cię ubierze. I ślubną sukienkę, i ślubną sukienkę, i ślubną sukienkę cię ubierze.
Hey, Kenny and Carolyn Michalski, good afternoon and welcome to you guys. Linda, Chipcheck, Merwin, and of course Marty. Oh gosh, we've got Bob Saharsky here. April Burklaw is watching today. Kathy Sargent, welcome. Long time no see. Ed Ryaski.
Nie ma ojca, matki, nikogo oprócz siebie. To co mam na sobie, to co mam na sobie, tyle mego wianka daję tobie. To co mam na sobie, to co mam na sobie, tyle mego wianka daję tobie.
Good afternoon to Carol Barron. Also, it looks like Bob Gabalski has joined the crew. And Danny Roy. Danny Roy's watching us along with Alice Fischler. Here's Mr. Matt Lewandowski off of an earlier recording, My Girlfriend Katie.
Moja Kasieńka mnie bardzo kocha, moja Kasieńka mnie bardzo chce. Mój dzień nie zieja, swoją Kasieńką, będzie Kasieńka moja na zawsze. My girlfriend Katie is very pretty, my girlfriend Katie is very shy. I have a feeling she was made for me. Katie's my girlfriend and I'm her guy. Moja Kasieńka jest bardzo piękna, moja Kasieńka mnie całuje. Moja Kasieńka dla mnie wybrana, moja Kasieńka kochanie moje. My girlfriend Katie is very happy, and I will tell you the reason why. My girlfriend Katie she'll be my bride.
Hey, that is one. Wow. One by Matt Lewandowski off of one of his earlier recordings. Boy, we got a lot of early stuff throughout the course of the day today. And we've got one more song here that we're going to bring up by the Trelltones. And then we're going to be talking live with Mr. Ray Barsukiewicz.
Dziewczyna króciutko ubrana pokazuje nóżki, a także kolana. Zalotna dziewczyna odsuwała muci, jednego pokocha, a wszystkie porzuci. La 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 la
Good afternoon to John and Marge Subcheck down there in Florida. Also going all the way out to Minnesota way. Here's Mary Lou Cherniak. She's on here with us. Thanks a lot, Mary Lou. That's the sound of Andy Fennis and all the Trelltones Orchestra performing one for you, one called Flirting Girl Polka. Geez, hey, we're getting all psyched out here because we've got one of my very dear friends on the telephone here with us, and that gentleman's name is Ray Barsukiewicz. Ray, can you hear us? Hey, Ray, can you hear me? Let's see here. I've got, as they call it, a technical difficulty. Nope. We actually lost the call. Let me give him a call right back. In the meantime, you guys can listen to a little bit of this. Okay, I think we've got Ray back on the line. Ray, can you hear me? Let's see here. For some reason, I am not able to get a feed out of Mr. Barsukiewicz, and I should be. Let me try something here. It might just be this. Hey, Ray, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Don't worry, I know.
Can you hear me now?
It got disconnected somehow.
There we go. Okay, you should be right on now, Ray. Can you hear me now? How about now, Ray?
Hello.
Hey, there you go. Can you hear me now? We're having an issue here with the phone. I don't know what it is. Hey, Ray, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, let's get back to this song here. Hey, Ray, we're going to try this one more time here. How about this now, Ray? Can you hear me now?
Positive, yeah.
Hopefully. Let's see here. Nope, he's talking in the background. Hey, Ray, you can probably hear me now, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, the board is not allowing me to accept this signal, and I don't know why. But I'm gonna check this one more time here. You know, folks, we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're gonna try to swing this around. So keep a listen to some more music, and we'll be right back with you.
Yes, I can.
Okay, we were able to figure this out. I don't know what it was. Jerry walked around behind the board and did some magic stuff. I think she unplugged it and plugged it back into the to reboot it, and it looks like everything is okay. Ray, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so very much, and thank you for your patience, buddy. Hey, folks, we've got Ray Barsukiewicz on the telephone right now with us. We're excited to talk to him because he has a whole lot of stuff to share with us. Ray, first of all, tell us a little bit about your musical background. At what age were you when you heard your first polka song?
I probably heard my first polka song when I was like 7 or 8 years old because my grandmother was Polish, of course. My grandfather, we were always at my grandmother's tavern, the Strashinsky's Tavern, and Stan Stasiaszynski was always on in the background, so that'd be the first I remember of it.
Gotcha.
But the fact of the matter is, I didn't like polka music at that time. That was the last thing on earth I wanted to do.
Is that right?
I had a bunch of friends, and we listened to old rock and roll, and I wanted to be a rock and roll sax player.
Oh, interesting. That is interesting. I never knew that about you.
And yeah. In fact, the song that kind of hooked me on that was an old song called Raunchy by Bill Justice. And some of the old-timers out there might remember. So what happened was that at 10, I wanted to be a rock and roll sax player. I asked my mom and dad to take me for lessons. I went to Edwin's Music Store on Broadway and was taking lessons. And after about a year or so, I wasn't doing very well. I was ready to quit. I was taking a lesson one day. We were in a cubicle, and two guys walked up and looked in, over the glass at the cubicle. And I'm wondering, who are these two guys? They looked pretty cool. It happened to be Big Steve and John Gnoyak.
Is that right?
And when I walked out of the cubicle at the end of my lesson, they said, "Hey, kid, you want to play in a polka band?" That's where I got started. So about 12 years old there.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. And, that was what I was going to ask you, too. What was the first band that you performed in? But it sounds like you just alluded to that, which was Big Steve and the Bel Airs.
Well, it was a funny thing. Back then, Johnny Banashak, actually, worked for Edwin's Music Store, and he would have a lot of the musicians play in 2 or 3 different bands. So I wasn't exclusively with Big Steve, but it really turned around that way, and it ended up being that was my actual start in polka music.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, if I can, sure. I wrote a song that one of these days we're going to record. It seems like only yesterday, the first time I heard polkas play on the radio in my parents' Buick, oh, so long ago. At first I didn't like the sound. Something turned my head around. Before I knew it, I was hooked on the sounds from Chicago.
Oh, nice. That's great. Now, if you can just give us the second verse and the riff, I'm sure there's guys in Chicago right now that are writing this down frantically, and they're going to record it and put it on their next up and coming recording, Ray.
Well, actually, yeah, I did write a few other verses for that kind of alluded to the different bands I started with and that kind of thing.
Oh, wow, that's great. Hey, Ray, what was your first instrument that you played?
Saxophone, alto sax.
Alto sax, okay. And how many instruments do you play now?
Just 3, sax, clarinet, and trumpet.
And sax. Do you have a favorite instrument out of those 3?
I really love the sound of the sax. I always have, but they each have something that makes me feel good. I mean, clarinet is such fun to play, especially in honky-style music. You're doing almost like Dixieland, running the chords behind the melody, so that's awfully, an awful lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, after a few years, I got hooked on trumpet. I love that, too. So sax is probably the favorite, but I like all 3 of them.
You play all 3 very well, too, and you've recorded with a lot of bands, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. How many bands have you played with?
Oh, cripe. Let's see. It would have been Mix and Match, Polkas, of course, The Touch, Honky Hoppers. Who am I missing here?
Buffalo Concertine All-Stars. You recorded with them?
Buffalo Concertine All-Stars for a number of years, yes. And sat in with a few different folks along the way. Of course, Little Wally. Played a lot of jobs with Little Wally.
You not only played a lot of jobs with Little Wally, but I had the pleasure of working with you and 4 other Buffalo musicians. We recorded a couple of CDs with Little Wally here in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, those were fun, weren't they?
Oh, they sure were. And, he was an amazing character on and off stage. While we're talking about Little Wally, let's go ahead and kind of reminisce a little bit about Wally. Why don't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, my start with Little Wally was actually when I was with Big Steve and the Bel Airs. He asked us to back him up at a couple of jobs, and one of the most memorable ones I remember is at the what used to be the Dome in Pittsburgh. The Penguins played there.
The Dome, the Civic Arena, maybe.
Civic Arena. It looked like an igloo, from what I remember.
Yep.
And we backed them up over there. Boy, that's got to be 1966, maybe 67, something like that.
Oh, wow.
I'm terrible with remembering years.
No.
But that was my first contact with them, and over the years, we played a few jobs with Big Steve and the Bel Airs. Certainly with the Honky Hoppers, certainly with the Touch, we've backed them up.
Yeah.
And I even had the absolutely great honor of playing Little Wally's last 2 jobs on this planet.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was really something. We played down in Florida for George Borsick put it together and Wally specifically asked for the musicians he wanted. So we had Richie Kurgel, myself, Jan Simon, Mike Novokuski, Edie Blair, and of course Wally.
Wow.
And we played 2 jobs down there with him, and that was the last 2 jobs we played on the planet.
Wow. Boy, that has to mean a lot for all of you guys. Really.
Oh, it absolutely does.
That is huge. Holy cow.
Before I go any further, I do want to say one thing. I have had the great honor of playing with a number of wonderful musicians. I mean, throughout my life, I've had the opportunity to be with some great players, and including the current guys I'm working with, and I appreciate the fact that I've been able to work with them.
Yeah, well, you've recorded. You recorded with Jerry Darlak in The Touch, I remember. One of the big CDs, the big recordings, was over at the Sportsman Tavern. Tell us a little bit about what it was like to record that, because that was live.
Yeah, that was a great place to play. You're immediately with the audience. I mean, they're right in front of you. And the people who own the Sportsman's Tavern also own a recording studio. So Dwayne Hall and his sons did the recording, and they did the videos. We put a DVD out of that as well.
Oh, that's right.
And it was just such fun because we had everybody we knew was jammed into this place, and they have since remodeled and made it a lot larger, but it was just a small little joint at the time. So it was a great party. And, it's always a great party when you've got a big crowd in a small place.
Yes.
And they were all friends and family, so it was a ball.
Amen to that. Well, you guys played over at the, a Pubski Pub with Lenny Gomolkin, Chicago Push, the Touch and the Push. And that is a small, cozy bar, great restaurant, by the way. We'll plug that. If you folks are ever looking for a great meal, stop by Matt's place over there at Pubski Pub on William. But you guys played there, and again, I totally agree with what you say. If it's a small atmosphere, sometimes the band just sounds so perfect as far as the acoustics go.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that, and kind of a similar feel at the old Town Edge bowling alleys. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I
played there for a number of years with Mix and Match. We were almost like the house band. We played there quite frequently, and I can't tell you how many times we stayed after the job and we helped put up the stools up onto the bar before they closed up.
You know, it's funny you're mentioning Mix and Match. How did Mix and Match actually get their name? Do you know?
That's a strange one. We were practicing for a few weeks. We had put the band together. We were practicing for a few weeks at the time in my basement of the house I lived in at the time, and couldn't come up with a decent name. I went to the supermarket, was shopping for some kind of, I don't remember what kind of vegetables, but there was a sign there, Mix and Match, 3 for $1 or whatever it was. I said, boom, there's the name, Mix and Match.
That's crazy. That is really
we had a little tagline on our cards, the right mix of music to match any occasion. So we kind of, tailored it to ourselves. It was, from selling vegetables.
Holy cow. Hey, we've got some great folks here on Facebook as well as YouTube and our broadcast link that we want to give a shout out, or they want to give a shout out to you, and that is Mike and Tammy Soich down in Pennsylvania. They are big followers of The Touch. Also, the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars. They love the Buffalo bands. They love all the bands, though, every place that they go. And also, Mr. Dennis Panner is tuned in today. Pete and Sue over there in Cheektowaga, they're tuned in, as well as Les and Alice Kapushchinsky. Hey, but listen, we definitely want to keep this rolling here. Let's go ahead with a favorite personal genre of music. What do you actually listen to when you're not listening to polka music?
Well, I'm a huge Beatles fan. I've always been a Beatles fan. I love older country music, not the bro country, but the more traditional country music. Especially if you've got female singer harmonies. Like, in particular, one of my favorite albums is Trio. And that's Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris. And that's absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite singers of all time is a lady by the name of Gail Davies, who may not be a household name, but she put out an absolutely fabulous album in the 70s and was a producer down in Nashville.
Oh, really?
And, one of my bucket list ideas was to sometime hear her live. Well, about 2 or 3 years ago, she was playing at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, which, is, I guess, a real famous place. And we had the opportunity to go down there. I emailed her asking if I can get tickets, and she not only got me in there, we got a chance to meet her, and the following day we went to lunch with her. So that was a real, it's a bucket list thing. I loved her music. I highly recommend to anybody who wants to hear some great music, Gail Davies. But you asked what kind of music? I love the old British Invasion. I like anything that's well done. That's what it really comes down to.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That is great. And you've written a lot of songs over the years for a lot of different bands. If you had to put a number on it, how many songs have you written, Ray?
I would think it's got to be like 30 or 40 that have been recorded.
Oh, wow.
That's going back to Big Steve, Polecats, Mix and Match,
Yeah.
Honky Hoppers, of course, Jerry Darlock and The Touch. So, it's got to be, I would say, like around 40.
What studios have you recorded in, and do you have a favorite studio by any chance, Ray?
Well, we did. I know we recorded with the Polecats in Gary Ramey's place, Peppermint Studios.
Peppermint,
which
yeah.
that was absolutely excellent. Worked with Mark Chepach here in town a few times, and he does an absolutely great job.
Oh, he does.
A big shout out to Tommy Wanderlick, who we recorded for him. In fact, we did that with the Concertina All-Stars, and he does an absolutely great job.
Yes, he does.
I've had the privilege of being with some people who can actually make a band sound good, can make a clarinet player sound good.
Yeah, you're mentioning Chepach, you're mentioning Wanderlick, and we've extended the opportunity to have Mark come on because he too can share a lot of stories, not only in the recording side, but also his professionalism with playing different events out there. For many years. Same way with Wanderlick, and so two great guys, two great recording artists as well as owning and running their own recording studios.
And as I mentioned earlier, we did the recording with Dwayne Hall from Sportsman's Lounge, and that came out really very nice too.
Yes,
and
it did.
We also did a recording with Hank from Polka Family. He engineered one of our recordings.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Which one was
Worked
that?
with a little bit of everybody, it seems. You know.
Well, being in the industry for so long, how many years have you been
being
playing?
a dinosaur has some advantages. I've been playing since I'm 73 now, and I've been playing.
Wow, good for you.
Polkas since I was about 13 or 14.
Wow,
so
that's great.
It's been a few years.
Hey, Ray, let me ask you this: do you have a favorite band that you have never performed with or played with, but have always wanted to, past or present?
Oh wow! I've always preferred honky style. I love honky style polka music, and I've obviously never worked with Blazonczyk on his honky style stuff, or Golonka, or what was the other guy from Chicago? I never got a chance to play with him, but I love that style.
Yeah.
But there's so many musicians. I've had the opportunity to sit in, or I think I played one job with the Dynatones even. So it's I've worked with a lot of folks over the years. I know earlier today you played a song by the Trelltones.
Yes.
And I have real fond memories back when I played with Big Steve. We were like sort of connected to the Trelltones. We'd go down and play in Pennsylvania. We'd have them come up here and play in Buffalo. And I remember one day in my teens, the whole Big Steve band was in their teens. They took us to Kennywood Park around Pittsburgh.
Wow, those were the days.
I can't really specify one particular band because I've had the chance to, if not play with, at least sit in with. I've jammed with some fabulous musicians down in Seven Springs.
Oh yeah,
and other places.
Yeah. Do you have a most memorable gig that you have played? It could either be the amount of people, it was a large crowd of people, or just the excitement of playing the job, or the crowd response. Do you have anything that really sticks in your mind, Ray?
Part of the problem with that is that after all those years, it all kind of melts together. I know with Jerry Darlock and the Touch, we had some great performances that went over very well at Seven Springs, and I remember playing the hall there and having a great response from the folks, and that's probably one of the highest points. But we also did some traveling. We did a lot of traveling back in the day, and I remember Judy Stringhill running dances down in New Orleans and Mississippi, and around Mardi Gras time, and taking the Touch down there with her. And boy, we had a ball down there. Those are very memorable.
And I remember a song that you did about the Mardi Gras, too.
Oh, yeah, Let the Good Times Roll.
Yeah, that was off of one of Jerry Darlock's recordings. Hey, so Ray, who did you idolize growing up? Was it maybe a polka musician or a different other genre musician? Who did you idolize?
Well, I mentioned earlier that I wanted to be a polka sax, a rock sax player, but that changed. Obviously when I got in with Steve and started working, and there was a number of guys. My all-time favorite, and I'd have to say a mentor in a way, would be Eddie Madura, who used to play with Little Wally, and also Eddie Noga. Eddie Madura is the guy who recorded Pukayashu with Little Wally.
Okay.
And I never got to meet Eddie Noga, but I did get to meet Eddie Madura, and we actually became friends. And the first thing I told him when I met him, we were at the Milwaukee Polka Fest, And I walked up to him and I says, "Hi, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ray Barsukiewicz, and I want to thank you." And he says, "What are you talking about?" I says, "I want to thank you because I stole every lick you ever played. I stole every part I ever heard you play, and I incorporated it into my own style." So we got a big laugh out of that.
That's funny. That is funny. Let's see here. I know I mentioned that you've written a whole host of songs. You said probably about 40, but that's probably on the low side. Do you have a favorite song that you like to play or sing when you're on stage, and not songs in the shower? It's got to be something. There's
a song that we do with the touch. It's "Got to Go." I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's not my melody, but it's my lyrics. And it was, "I'm sad and sorry, my pretty sweetheart. I'm sad and sorry, my lovely one. Although it hurts me, I've got to leave you. Although it hurts me, I'll soon be gone. I was born to play in a polka band. My life is music, please understand. Though I love you, I've got to go. Music is calling, and I've got to go." I might have missed a couple words there, but we play that, and that still hits me when we do it.
Yeah, I remember Nowakowski did the original Polish vocal to that when you guys played.
He'd do the Polish vocal, and he tagged on the commercial at the end of the song.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's a wonderful old friend, like Nowakowski. Wow.
I miss him every day, working with the touch. I had the pleasure of performing with him on accordion, and we used to love the new brass, and, with the two boxes, and we just loved to, switch off, and different guy would push every now and then. Different guy would take lead. We'd do harmonies on the solos. Yeah, I miss Mike Nowakowski something awful.
You had asked me earlier about what musicians had an impact on me, and one who was a contemporary essentially. But I mean, I've always thought was fabulous is Lenny Gomulka. I mean, my God, who couldn't like Lenny Gomulka?
You are 100% correct. Yes, and every musician that I talk to today, whether it be trumpet, clarinet, concertina. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but he plays concertina, he plays drums. There's videos out there right now on YouTube of Lenny playing a whole host of instruments. It's not just clarinet.
Jammed with him
at
Seven Springs in the concertina jams. He'd bring the concertina in.
Yeah, with Steve Littman.
Of course, that's several years ago.
Oh, here.
And of course, Eddie Blazonczyk. I mean, that's a tremendous influence on all of us.
Yeah.
The contemporary bands, I have to confess, I don't follow as closely. But boy, there's some wonderful young musicians coming up too.
Yes.
I look at the guys playing with the beat now, and geez, these young kids, and they're so darn good.
Yeah. Also the Cosmics, Randy Kozlowski has put together a really great family-oriented band with all the Cosmics, and man, just amazing. And it's nice to see and nice to hear the young blood coming into polka music because, Ray, you hit it on the head. You're 73. I just turned 64. And, after we're gone, somebody else has to take this stuff over. And it's
right. You only hope that there's somebody waiting in the wings. And again, you see a few and you say, geez, that's great, but I wish there was more,
Yeah,
of
that's
course,
right.
the music has also evolved so much over my lifetime. I mean, when I was a beginner, we were playing Chicago-style polka music in Buffalo. It was Big Steve and the Bel Airs, and the other Chicago-style band was Richie Curgil and the High Notes.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, back then, everybody liked Eastern style. I mean, we were fighting to get a foothold with Chicago-style music. I remember people coming up to the band when we were, again, this is mid-'60s, and they, can't you play like Wojnarowski? Like that old, quick Eastern-style hop, that kind of thing.
Wow.
And we weathered the storm, and of course, Chicago style became the dominant style.
Sure, exactly. Hey, Ray, I know that you used to work a regular job. I believe you are retired. Would you like to share with us a little bit about what you used to do? You don't have to divulge the company name, but tell us a little bit about what you did.
I can give you an idea of what happened. In fact, I had to make a few decisions in the course of my life because I had a very successful career. I graduated from the University of Buffalo in business, and Started off in advertising, but kind of went over to the finance side. And when I finally retired, I was vice president of finance for a not-for-profit corporation. It was a rather large not-for-profit corporation centered here in Buffalo. So there was, because work was such a big part of my life, I didn't always have the opportunity to, let's say, practice or work as hard on my music. Many times you have to make decisions. Where do you put your time?
Sure.
But I will tell you a funny story. The president of the not-for-profit that I retired from, he was a wonderful guy. I've had, again, the privilege of working with wonderful bosses, too, who knew what I was doing and who, let me have some freedom on the weekends. But we'd come in on a Monday morning, a staff meeting, big deal. Everybody's in the staff meeting. And he'd ask me to stand up and say, "Hey, Ray, where'd you work over the weekend?" Where were you? This is when we were at the height of our travels with Jerry Darlock and the Touch. So they kind of lived vicariously through me. They got a kick out of talking, we were in Cleveland, we were in Detroit, we were in Chicago. They got such a kick out of hearing that. And here I am Monday morning, back at the desk.
Now, you were with the band Jerry Darlock and the Touch when the Grammys came about, and three-time Grammy-nominated Jerry Darlock and the Touch. Tell us what it was like to actually go to a Grammy location like California.
Absolutely amazing. One of the high points of my life by far. You get to meet people you never think you'd get to meet, and the funny thing is when you're a nominee, you get a gold medallion you wear on a blue ribbon that you wear around your neck. So you go to the different functions and parties that they have, during the Grammys, and you're identified by that medallion. So they don't know if you're in a polka band or if you're working with Madonna or you name it. So we went to several parties that were put together for the nominees, and boy, it was you'd see people you can only dream of standing next to you.
Wow.
I remember standing next to Robert Palmer, watching the guy from the from the Letterman show. The band leader from the Letterman show. They had the Letterman band there, and I'm standing next to Robert Palmer watching these guys.
Really?
I stood behind Quincy Jones in a buffet line, that kind of thing.
Oh, jeez.
And the shows were fabulous. It's unfortunate that they don't have the polka category anymore. You got to congratulate Jimmy Sturr for the fine job he did and the ability to win all those Grammys that he won.
Yes.
He did a hell of a job on that,
Yeah, here.
And
most definitely.
when actually going to the Grammys, you made an awful lot of friends, an awful lot of connections, some of which, to this day, I still talk to some of the folks.
Wow, that's great. It really is. Hey, you've played on some cruises and different festivals. Tell us a little bit about some of those gigs.
I'm not crazy about playing on a cruise, to be honest with you. I love playing for the people. There's no doubt about that. But it's running around. You got to grab your instruments, take them, pack up quickly, unpack, get them to your room. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. When you get the chance to play, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Because you've got a dedicated group of people with you who all want to be there and who all want to hear the bands that are there. So that part of it is really enjoyable. But it's a very hectic thing. We've done 2 cruises, and I think the best cruise I ever was on was the Full Circle cruise, which goes back a few years. I didn't play on that. We had a bunch of folks, Kenny Michalski and his wife, and my wife and I were there, and we got to sit in with the band, jam with them. But that was probably the best cruise ever.
Wow. Do you have a personal favorite place that you have played, either in Western New York or another city, another state?
Well, we used to love to play at Chopin's back in the day. That was always a wonderful place to play. I had mentioned the Town Edge. That was always fun. Again, unfortunately, because it's such a long time, that it all does blend together. I'll tell you what I do remember very fondly was the many wonderful weddings we played with all the bands I'd worked with. Back then, the live bands were the big deal for weddings. So we played some wonderful weddings that we had a really great time at. Dances, my God, I remember the old Strand Ballroom. You probably remember that, don't you?
That was before I arrived in Buffalo. I arrived here in 1983.
Okay.
And I think that was a little before that.
I'll tell you what I do have a fond memory of, too, is St. Peter and Paul's Hall in Depew.
Oh, yeah.
That no longer exists. It was a great place to play and a great place to listen to music.
Yeah.
A huge place. In fact, we even had we had a large wedding, so we had our wedding reception at St. Peter and Paul's. But that was a place that had a great sound. And even current day, I mean, playing at Pubsky's Pub is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Playing at Artie's, you want to talk about a great place. We do those annual jam sessions around Christmas time at Artie's, and the Touch kind of hosts it, and a lot of other musicians come in as well, and that's a ball. I mean, another place where you have immediate response from the folks in front of you.
Yeah, and that place is always packed. It's almost like a second Dingus Day for Artie's.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's a great time.
Yeah.
And again, there's so many other places on the road. There was so many places, but it's difficult to isolate one and say that's the best. What I remember more than places is faces, the people in the crowd that, on those occasions where you connected with them, where they're really enjoying the music. There's nothing better. I mean, as I said, I'd worked, in finance, but you can be the greatest finance guy on earth, and nobody stands up and applauds for you.
Yeah.
But boy, what a feeling when you're on stage and you've done something that you think is pretty good, and a bunch of people applaud for you. That's where do you get that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't get. When you're at work and you do something great, the people at work don't stand up and applaud for you. That's
right. That's my point. Yeah.
I kind of know where you're coming
your applause is your paycheck. That's it.
Oh, now you
and I don't want to go any further without saying this. I think one of the greatest things that's happened to me is the fact that I've had such a supportive wife. My wife, Jerry, has been there. Yeah. It'll be 52 years. Actually, it'll be 52 years tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations.
Tomorrow's our 52nd anniversary. And she's the love of my life. She's been right next to me all these years, been supportive. I can't think of anything that's more important to a career than having a supportive wife.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. Congratulations on that, too. And your granddaughter, talk a little bit about her. She is becoming an artist in her own little way with her drawings.
That was you're talking about the finger painting drawing that I pasted up on Facebook?
Yes, and
she had put that together on paper, and it looked really nice, and I put my fingers in the paint and striped down and I didn't put any time into it. I'm certainly not an artist, but boy, it just looked nice. So I added a couple of leaves, and we posted. I thought that came out really sharp.
Yeah, it did. As a matter of fact, we stole that. We used that on a couple of our broadcasts, and I think we still have that. Maybe we'll show that a little bit later on this evening. Hey, Ray, I know we got a little bit of a late start. It's about 3 minutes past 6 p.m., but I've got a couple more questions for you.
No problem.
Have you always lived in Buffalo? Have you ever lived anybody else, or have your roots kept you where you're at?
No, roots are right here in Buffalo. I grew up on Poderesky Drive, just a block away. Right, in fact, right next door to Strushinsky's Tavern, which was my grandmother's tavern.
Okay.
And then for a while we lived upstairs from Strushinsky's Tavern. The only time I spent any lengthy time out of town when I was in active duty for the National Guard. That was 6 months way back in 1970.
Wow.
But even after I got married, we rented an apartment right across from St. John Canty's Church, and I've always been a Buffalo boy.
Well, good. I have 2 more questions for you, and if you've followed any of the interviews that we've had in the past, my final 2 questions. The first one is, I want you to share your favorite breakdown story that you've had. You've been on the road, you've traveled a lot with different bands. I'm sure you have a favorite, maybe 1 or 2 that you can share with the folks there.
There's been several of them, but I think probably the craziest one, with the Touch, Taj, our bass player, purchased an old motorhome, okay? And I'm trying to think what we called her, Dolly or something like that. I forget what it was. And we were coming back from, I think it was Chicago, but it broke down, and it was like a 2-day deal. I mean, we just couldn't find parts, couldn't get it. It was a real mess. And we've had others along the way, but luckily nothing that really was a long-term problem. We've always been able to have somebody from the function we're playing come and get us or something like that. So I can't say that the breakdowns have been a real problem for us now.
Well, that's good. Now, you said you had a couple. Do you have another one that maybe you can?
I'm thinking
other
way
than
back.
Other than like the standard flat tire.
I
stuff.
do have one for you that you'll find interesting.
Okay.
Again, with Big Steve and the Bel Airs. This is probably early to mid '60s. He had a white Chevy Impala station wagon, and we went to record in Cleveland. And that's when we recorded, I believe it was Pud Mustang, for the 45 of Pud Mustang.
Okay.
And we were driving back down the thruway, the New York State Thruway from Cleveland towards Buffalo, and, booming along probably 65 miles an hour, and the car blows a front tire.
Oh.
And we have all 5 musicians and all the instruments in the back. Oh. And we start going from lane to lane, veering back and forth from lane to lane. I remember looking over at another car that was near us, and I saw a lady make the sign of the cross. Oh. And again, we're high speed, veering back and forth, and we ended up stopping. I'll bet it wasn't 10 feet away from a bridge abutment and a sheer drop, which was probably about, maybe 75, 80 feet.
Oh, wow.
And just, God was with us that way. We were certainly blessed.
Yeah. Holy smokes, that's amazing. And my final question to you, Ray, is this. What would Ray Barsukiewicz say to someone just wanting to get started into music? Any genre whatsoever, doesn't have to be polkas, but what would Ray give as his piece of advice to someone who just wants to get into the music industry?
Well, first of all, make sure you're playing something you love, because you can't force yourself to enjoy something. Make sure the instrument you pick and the style that you pick is something that you really love. And if you love it a lot, it'll come natural. Your heart will be in it. If you've got even a little bit of talent, because you love the music, you'll practice it, you'll work towards it, you'll follow it, you'll follow the people who do it like you, you'll try to emulate them. Yeah. And that, of course, emulating the musicians who do what you want. The best teacher is your ear, listening to these guys and trying to do what they're doing and the things that you'd like to do. Listen closely and practice, practice, practice.
Yeah. That seems to be the general consensus of a lot of folks. Practice, practice, practice. Because if you want to get anywhere, and that's with anything else, if you're working on an Excel spreadsheet, if you don't really know Excel, you need to learn it. So you need to play with it a lot. And that's something that I remember you did quite a few years ago with your job, was Excel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember you gave me a couple of questions a time or two. I remember that way back when.
I sure did. And you assisted me immensely, so I thank you so much for that. Hey, Ray, it's been a great time, a great chat here with you this afternoon on Polkas After Dark. Sorry that we got off on a little bit of a technical difficulty, but like I said, Jerry was able to jump in and was able to get that resolved. So thank you so very much. Hey, listen,
I want to thank you and Jerry for having me on. I really appreciate that. And also I want to send out a hello to all the wonderful people out there who I've had the opportunity to meet or play for or play with. Hello to everybody. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you all.
Yeah, we had a pretty good crowd on Facebook as well as YouTube and our chat over there at our broadcast link. We don't have a lot of people in the chats anymore on our broadcast since we opened up the YouTube site, but it's just a lot of fun having folks on. And we've got a lot more people that we're going to be talking with and speaking with over the next several weeks, months, and hopefully this thing continues for quite a while. But Ray, I can't thank you enough. Jerry, we can't thank you enough for hopping on here. And please thank Jerry, your Jerry, for allowing us to take up some time from you this afternoon.
I certainly will.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. We will talk to you soon. Love you, Ray. You know that. And you're
I love you back, buddy. Thank
you. You are one of our favorite musicians. Hey, folks, that was live conversation, a live interview with Mr. Ray Barsukiewicz. And here's a song that is called Polish and Proud. Here's one off of the Polkas recording.
Nice song that everybody can join in on. All you have to do is follow the polecat. So here we go. If you're Polish and you're proud, clap your hands. If you're Polish and you're proud, clap your hands. If you're Polish and you're proud, clap your hands now real loud. If you're Polish and you're proud, clap your hands. Hey, now that was nice and easy, so let's carry it one step further. Once again, all you have to do is follow the band, so here we go again. If you're Polish and you're proud, stomp your feet. If you're Polish and you're proud, stomp your feet. If you're Polish and you're proud, stomp your feet now real loud. If you're Polish and you're proud, stomp your feet. Hey! Clapping your hands and stomping your feet. So let's just take it one more step. Here we go, let's have everybody sing along. If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia. Nastrovia! If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia. Nastrovia! If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia real loud. If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia. Nastrovia! Hey! Okay, let's have you clap your hands, stomp your feet, and sing Nastrovia with the Polkas. Let's put it all together. If you're Polish and you're proud, clap your hands. If you're Polish and you're proud, stomp your feet. If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia real loud. If you're Polish and you're proud, say Nastrovia.
Hey, that's Ray Barsukiewicz along with the Polkas Orchestra. And again, folks, we thank Ray so much for taking some time out on his Sunday afternoon. Now, hopefully he can grab some dinner, or maybe he ate dinner beforehand. But Ray, thank you once again. Also, thanks goes out to Jerry, your lovely wife, for letting us snag you for a little bit here today.
Coming this October to Polkas After Dark, a series titled A Walk Through Polka Heaven. This multi-part series features music from loved ones no longer with us. Their music will live on forever in our hearts and over the airwaves. You'll hear stories from family members and musicians who performed alongside them. A Walk Through Polka Heaven. Watch it only on Polkas After Dark.
Hi, Polka friends. Ryan Joseph Ogrodny here from Alan Jackson's band, the Strayhorns. I'm so excited to tell you that we are offering a VIP polka trip to Nashville, Tennessee, October 20th through the 23rd. This is going to be an epic trip full of once-in-a-lifetime events, performances, and surprises. Think private performances with some of the absolute best in the music industry, a concert and dance with Grammy-nominated Lenny Gomulka and Chicago Push, and even a polka recording session where legends like Dolly Parton and Elvis Presley have recorded. There are two options to join the tour: a motor coach out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or if you're not in the Pittsburgh area, you can fly or drive from anywhere and meet us in Nashville. We can't wait to bring polka music to Music City. You are not going to want to miss this trip of a lifetime. For more information or to reserve your spot, call 712-540-6710. Once again, that's 712-540-6710 to reserve your seat today. God bless y'all, and we'll see you in Nashville.
Hey, let's get a little bit of Dynatones happening right here on Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition, 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time, folks. And we thank you so much for joining us here. We're here till 7 p.m. tonight.
Pierwszy raz jak ją widział, czy woda szła kalekała, a ty serce mocno zapłakała. fantástico collectava. Se vuostra da pula cavo, idane todos cava. Se vuostra da pula cavo, idane todos cava.
Oh, yeah, that's the sound of Scrubby and the Dynatones Live Wire 2 right there for you guys. Hey, Jerry, give a shout out to some of the people in the chat room.
Shout.
Okay, good. Hey, I'm gonna say hi to some of these that you can't see.
Okay, that would be good.
Mr. Dennis Masovich, he has joined us. Linda Petrozeski is here. Let's see here. Adeline Verbleski. Isn't Adeline related to Ray? That's, are they cousins?
I believe they're cousins,
okay.
Yes.
Well, Adeline, thanks for tuning us in. I don't know if this is your first time or not. I don't know if she is a Polkas After Dark virgin, but we just broke that, didn't we? Am I allowed to say that? I guess I just did, didn't I?
Say whatever you want to.
Kenny Majelski says, nice interview. Tom Kowalski is in the house. Let me see who else. Gina Amata is here. Rick Beekler once again, Marty Merwin.
Les and Alice.
Okay, and also Loretta Curtis Mackle. Yeah, go ahead. Say hello to some folks here.
Well, Kenny Mahalski's reminding everybody that you can see the Buffalo Touch at a tailgate party at Pubsky Pub on Sunday the 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. Ooh. So y'all should be there. It's going to be a blast.
That place has great food and great acoustics.
Absolutely.
For bands.
Absolutely.
Ray and I were just talking about that place, as a matter of fact. It's unbelievable.
Also say hi to Chris Curtis, Chris Tansky, Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah, Ivan Mayers, and Jerry Romanowski, as well as Ray still hanging out with us in our broadcast link. Right. We also have Bobby and Jeannie hanging with us, and Don Kozak, and Marina. And we also have Pat Buchek and Audrey's with us.
And it looks like Jeanette Tonsky is here too. She is watching along with Mary Lou Cerniak. She says, great interview again. You know, Mary Lou, thank you so much. Mary Lou had joined us for an interview early on.
We had a great time with her.
That was a lot of fun. You know, we have a great time with everybody that we bring on to interview. Les Kapuscinski, he's always here. He's jumping in. And Les, we even had a chance to talk with him and interview him. He jumped in and pinch hitted for somebody that was unable to be on. And I said, hey, Les, you know, would you be interested? He says, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I said, yeah. People would want to hear your story the same way.
It is so fun.
Same way they are going to want to hear the stories of a lot of other folks that are going to be coming up here. And I'm just scrolling through to try to find our Polkas After Dark schedule. But before I do that, how about a nice message from these two nice folks?
Hi, this is Ryan and Didi Ogrodny in Nashville, Tennessee.
And you're watching and listening to our dear friends Robin and Jerry
on Polkas After Dark.
We love you guys.
Hi, Polka friends. Ryan Joseph Ogrodny here from Alan Jackson's band, the Strayhorns. I'm so excited to tell you that we are offering a VIP polka trip to Nashville, Tennessee, October 20th through the 23rd. This is going to be an epic trip full of once-in-a-lifetime events, performances, and surprises. Think private performances with some of the absolute best in the music industry, a concert and dance with Grammy-nominated Lenny Gomulka and Chicago Push, and even a polka recording session where legends like Dolly Parton and Elvis Presley have recorded. There are two options to join the tour: a motor coach out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or if you're not in the Pittsburgh area, you can fly or drive from anywhere and meet us in Nashville. We can't wait to bring polka music to Music City. You are not going to want to miss this trip of a lifetime. For more information or to reserve your spot, call 712-540-6710. Once again, that's 712-540-6710 to reserve your seat today. God bless y'all, and we'll see you in Nashville.
Let's get this party started. Get out there on the floor. Take a chance and have a dance. You'll yell and scream for more.
Hi, polka fans. Mike Costa here to tell you about an upcoming event you don't want to miss. Puko Yashu presents New Year's Eve Polka Extravaganza. 3 bands, 2 nights, all at one fantastic location, which is the Embassy Suites at Independence, Ohio. Saturday night, New Year's Eve, dinner dance. Music by polka country musicians and The Beat. Dinner starts at 5:30 with dancing from 7 to 1 a.m. Sunday, New Year's Day, featuring the music of Polka Family and The Beat. Music from 2 to 8 p.m. A 2-day package price is only $140 per person, or $125 for just New Year's Eve and $25 for New Year's Day. Embassy Suite room rates for the weekend start at $119 per night. For all the amazing extras, details, and reservations, please see the flyer at Mike Pikowski's or Jeff Yash's Facebook page. Or you can call Mike at 908-209-9843 or Jeff Yash at 518-281-1587. Folks, this is the New Year's Eve event you have been waiting for. You don't want to miss it. Deadline to reserve is October 15th.
The other way, and I'd have never been aware, but as it is, I'll dream of her tonight.
Hey folks, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Jerry and I are going to be there Friday and Saturday evenings. Friday, I think we go on at 8 p.m. to midnight, so that's going to be a very special broadcast, live and direct from the Embassy Suites. Also, we have Saturday afternoon that we're going to be doing another live broadcast. And then on Sunday, Bruce Zamorsky is going to be hanging his hat out there for all the folks, as he is going to be the DJ for Sunday afternoon. And let's see here, who else did we want to mention? Hey, why don't you mention some of the upcoming folks that are going to be appearing for some interviews on Sunday afternoons?
I would love to do that. On September 25th, we have Fran Russo from Cleveland, Ohio. Woo-hoo! She is most known from the Hillside Supper Club and Party Center, and the stories she will tell will keep you interested and laughing the whole time. On October 2nd, we have Zeke Zenu
Asula.
Yes. From Arlington Heights, Illinois. He played with Marian Lush and Stash Kalanka. Then we're going to have on October 9th is Bobby Zima from Chicago, Illinois. He's best known for the Versatones. November 6th, we have Wayne Sisnowski.
Nope. Sinkowski.
Sinkowski
from the Ample-Airs.
I was a little dyslexic there.
Oh, okay.
I confused the K and the N.
Yeah.
My fault. Sorry. And then on the 13th, I could say this name real easy. It's Dave Morris.
Oh, that's good.
He is from PA. He played with the Sounds and the Boys.
He's currently with the Boys. Hey, we have a lot more folks that we're going to be interviewing. They are just not on this list as of yet. We've reached out to a couple of folks, and they have graciously said yes. We are just going to try to find the time. Everybody remembers Ronnie McIntosh. Well, Ronnie's going to be joining us. He's got a new band that he's going to be promoting, and also talking about the old days with Limelight, and also with Limelight, I believe Magic Tones, and come on, the New Brass. He did a nice stint with the New Brass for quite a while. We've also got some other folks that we are going to be bringing on, but right now I also want to direct your attention to the magic screen right there, as Jerry's going to tell you all about, and uninterrupted by the way, she's going to tell you all of, that was good. She's going to tell you all about the Buffalo Polka Boosters Tailgate Party.
That event will take place on September 21st, 2022 at the Polish Falcons Hall at 445 Columbia Ave in Depew, New York. Refreshments start at 6:30. Music starts at 7. What? Music is by Focus. Refreshments will be provided. Wear your Buffalo Bills gear.
Attire. Buffalo Bills attire.
Gear. I got gear.
Yeah.
Gear.
Yeah.
Get ready for those Bills games.
How much is it?
Well, sign up is required by September 9th.
No,
but she needs a final count by the 12th. So
Yes.
if you want to go, you still have time to jump in there and get your reservation in.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
The 12th is tomorrow.
Ooh, goodness, it's already the 12th. You can, members are $8 for this meeting only, and then it'll go back to the regular price. $12 for guests, and then $15 with renewal or for new members. You can call Chris Tansky to reserve a ticket and table at 716-771-1076 or call Barb Moreau 716-668-2694.
Hey, you made that through without laughing and bursting out loud?
I laughed a little bit.
You know what? That's fine. But why don't you do this? Why don't you tell everybody about the Lawrence County Polish Day?
I would love to do that as well.
And that's coming up as well.
On Sunday, September 25th, you can join polka country musician and Polish Newcastle Radio at the Lawrence County Polish Day. It's their 31st one, believe it or not. They're going to be at the Cascade Park Pavilion, 1928 East Washington Street in Newcastle, PA. We know where that is.
Yeah, we sure do. What time do the doors open?
Doors are going to open at noon, and admission is only $15.
Are they going to have any food there?
They are going to have food there.
Is it good?
It's always good.
Okay.
Polish food is always good.
Here.
Almost always.
Yes.
Almost always.
And the guys and gals from Polish Newcastle Radio, they will be there, so that's going to be a lot of fun,
Absolutely. And music is, dancing and music is from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And again, that's featuring polka country musician. PCM.
Wow.
You're not going to want to miss it, guys. We'll see you there.
We'll play a PCM song right after this one because we got one all queued up off of Polka Family's brand new recording. The recording is called Polka Road, and here's one called Hands a Clappin'.
Bierzmy się za ręce wszyscy razem w koło, do naszego rytmu bawmy się. Melodia
Hey, going right from a new one by Polka Family, here's Lenny Gomolka. Have you heard about our friend?
Every now and then, with paper and a pen, I push myself to write a song or two. Songs about my wife, my son, my daughter's life, and special friends I'd like to share with you.
Hey, for Amy, nice to see you.
My buddy, so talented and funny. If you recall, he stood here next to me. He made quite a name in the Polka Hall of Fame, but then he chose to exit quietly.
Have you heard about our friend? He won't be back again. He left without a chance to say goodbye. But he's in the party section of a choir up in heaven, and said to say that he's just doing fine. He said to say that he's just doing fine.
And I condense the years and years we spent in only these few measures of a song. Memories to convey, so much more to say, an empty place on stage where he belongs. Always had some laughs, we always had some fun, and yes, we'd sure indulge in 2 or 3. But somewhere in this song, something's very wrong, 'cause he should still be singing here with me.
Have you heard about our friend? He won't be back again. He left without a chance to say goodbye. But he's in the party section of a choir up in heaven, and said to say that he's just doing fine. He said to say that he's just doing fine. Have you heard about our friend? He won't be back again. He left without a chance to say goodbye. But he's in the party section of a choir up in heaven, and said to say that he's just doing fine. He said to say that he's just doing fine.
Hey, here's the big guy himself, Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. on the vocal. Here's one, an oldie but a goodie, one called Sugar Time Polka.
Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time. Put your arms around me and swear by the stars above, you'll be mine forever in a heaven of love. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time. Put your arms around me and swear by the stars above, you'll be mine forever in a heaven of love. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time.
Hey, once again, gonna say hello to Amy and Jim McCann out there in Belfast, New York. Some of our old 911 gang. We miss you guys.
Put your arms around me and swear by the stars above, you'll be mine forever in a heaven of love. Sugar in the morning, supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time.
Hey, that's Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatile Versatones. Welcome to Polkas After Dark. Hey, we're here every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Also Sunday afternoons from 5 p.m. until 7. And at 5:30, you are guaranteed to have somebody talking at you on the Sunday afternoon program as we get a chance to talk with your favorite musician of all times. That's right here. Polkas After Dark. Hey, we're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and if you guys have any issues with the Facebook feed, sometimes it goes fast and slow, you can always jump in over at YouTube and just type in youtube.com. When that screen comes up, just type in the words Polkas After Dark, and you'll see our live stream, that live button at the very top. Hey, we also want to say hello once again to Jeanette Tonsky. Hopefully she's with Marie, that's Mom, so we're going to send out a big shout out to her. Also, Ralph and Kim Sabatini are tuned in from Michigan. Dan Novak down there in New Mexico. Let's see here, Bruce Michaels, he's in Cheektowaga, Depew area. Jeff Tufel, Jeff is here. Vince and Marie Sosnowski, and also Mr. Mike Janda. Look at that. Mr. Janda is in Baltimore, Maryland right now. Wonder what he's doing out there, Jerry.
Hanging.
Hanging. Hanging. Let's see. Mary Lou Cerniak is still here with us. Les and Alice Kapuscinski. Gina Mata is here. Oh, I missed Sue Matashevich. She snuck in. Shame on you for sneaking in and not letting us know. Hey, Freddie Gordon, Freddie, our Buffalo polka booster, he's in the house with us. Gail Wojtovich, Gail, she is here. We want to say hello to her. Once again to Pete Wojcik, also to Sue Chriso. We're going to say hi to you guys. Barb Morose, of course, is here. Larry and Patty Birdsey, as well as Sue. And let's bring up some more polka music. Hey, you know, speaking of Sue Birdsey, her hubby Mike used to play with the Modern Airs way back when, even before the New York Sound. And we've got a tune coming up for you guys right now. Here's one called At the Dance. Here's the Modern Airs. A big shout out there to Tommy Hoke down in Uniontown, PA. Also my other brother down in Dunkirk, and that's Mr. Steve Gramala. He's closed this week.
Najmilej
Boy, what a band. They were ahead of their time. That's the Modern Airs polka band out of Buffalo, New York. And, now thinking about it, let's see, Michael is gone. Bruce is gone. Oh, gosh. Just trying to think here. Mike Novikowski also played with that band, and he is gone. All these great musicians that have left us. But you know what? They have left us with some really great songs, and that is what matters to a lot of us now. Here's another guy that left us way too soon. We're going to send this one out to Don and Marina Kozak. Yes, sirree, it's Happy Richie's polka band. Here's one called Let's Talk Dirty in Hawaiian. Different Bruce. I was thinking of the other Bruce. Yeah, Michaels, you're not gone. You're still with us, buddy. I was thinking of Danny. Sorry.
My thing, soup and chicken to the land of the tall palm trees. Aloha, good old Buffalo. Hello, Waikiki. Well, I just stepped down from the airplane, and I hear her say, Waka nuka nuka niki, waka waka nuka niki, would you like to lay? Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. A whisper in my ear, Ataka waka 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 hini, is what I like to hear. Lay your coconut up on my tiki, what the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaii and say the words I long to hear. Just listen to the grass skirts sway. Drinks at tons of pineapple at Honolulu Bay. Constantine accordions playing while talking with her hair. Waka nuka nuka niki, waka nuka nuka niki. Hope she said it right. Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. A whisper in my ear. Ataka waka 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 hini. It's what I like to hear. Lay your coconut up on my tiki. What the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in the white and say the words I long to hear. I bought a lot of junk with my moolah, and I sent it to her folks back home. Mary had a chance to hula, I guess I should have known. We went off to see the sunset, and I heard her say, Waka nuka nuka niki, waka waka nuka niki. Hope she said it right. Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, a whisper in my ear. Ataka waka 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 hini, it's what I like to hear. Lay your coconut up on my tiki, what the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian and say the words I long to hear.
Hey, how about a little bit of PCM to round off the evening? Yeah, we're here till 7 p.m. Gonna be calling it quits for another weekend broadcast here in just about, 14 minutes or so. You're tuned to Polkas After Dark, and we do appreciate it. Tell your friends about us. We're here every Saturday and Sunday.
Ludzie to Chicago, poleczkę tańcują i po wszystkie balach wesoło śpiewają. Piosenki wesołe się im podobają, wesołe życie ludzie tutaj mają. Piosenki wesołe się im podobają, wesołe życie ludzie tutaj mają.
Hey, you know, Mike Janda just typed in here. He says, I'm here with 30 guys, a group of 30 guys on a 4-day trip. That is dangerous no matter what way you look at it, Janda.
Gdy przyjdzie sobota, wieczoreczek pije, chłopaki na salach, nikogo żałuje, hulają głośliwie, muzyka nagrywa, całą noc nadziei, ludziom się odbywa, hulają głośliwie, muzyka nagrywa, całą noc nadziei, ludziom się odbywa.
Look, it's Robin and Jerry.
And they brought a bunch of friends with them.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's line up some shot glasses. What do you think? Maybe
let's
some
vodka.
How about some vodka with maple syrup?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, that'll be appropriate. Okay, everyone knows what to do. Line up your glasses, and here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Na zdrowie wszystkim, na zdrowie. Hey! Alice and I wish everyone the very best. We hope to see you all real soon.
And you know, it was very, very nice to see you guys because we had a chance to eyeball you not only at the USPA, but also at the IPA. Hey, that song was pretty cool. That was John Goran Gorale.
I like that song.
That's a song called Sway With Me. Hey, we thank everybody for tuning us in on the weekends like you guys do, and especially you guys and gals that send us those promos just like that. We love you for it. Hey, once again, happy belated birthday to the Góras, and also happy belated to the Kapuscinskis, the anniversary. Yeah.
When my rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean holds the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with me. When you dance, you have a way with me. Sway with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes will see no one but you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violin long before it begins. Sway us only, baby, you know how. Sway me close, sway me now. I can hear the sound of violins long before war Sway us only, baby, you know how. Sway me close right now.
Now here's your friends and mine, Robin and Jerry. Or wait, shouldn't that be Jerry and Robin? I was brought up to mention the lady first and the guy second, but, well, here we go.
I gotta say, there's some great clarinetists out there, but nobody beats this guy on the stage with his creativity. Here's one from Lenny Live back in, gosh, I think 2000 or 2001, something like that. Lenny Live recorded at the Summer Music Fest. Gamolka Chicago Push right there for you. Hey folks, thanks for putting us on. As we always say, if you've been listening in your car,
thanks for the ride.
Here's an earlier version of the beat. Here's one called Leaving Poland Polka. Have yourself a great week.
Krakowie przysięgał, dzielić się nie będę. Szabla moja żonka, jak nie koniu siadę. Szabla moja żonka, jak nie koniu siadę. Szabła na konika, jakie bodzie rękie. Podaj mi dziewczyno z pierściokami rękie. Podaj mi dziewczyno z pierściokami rękie.
for it being 9/11. Here's a great tune by Lenny.
Late in the night, all alone are we. It's only you and me. No one will we see. 'Cause something has happened that troubles me. This new reality, Lord bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. There's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. I pray that soon we will be with you, and I look forward to a world that we once knew. And I pray that soon you return again, friendships shall never end. Lord bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. There's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. As much as I wish I can promise you a world that continues to be like the one we knew. It can only depend on our faith and love, and on the Lord above. God bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. Let's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. Bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. Let's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. Thank you, Lord, for blessing our